Here's some orientation flights. It is a pretty strong colony. Do you see how the bees, when they come out, they kind of crawl up the face of that bottom box? And then they're flying up, and they're kind of doing circle patterns. See, even in the air, can you kind of pick that up on the camera? The bees are kind of doing circle patterns. So that's an indication of orientation. The bees, when they wake up, they use the sun to position their little GPS so they know where they're going. And that's what that behavior is for. This is Friday, December the 4th, 11:30 a.m. I got my poof ball hat on. You know, I can't be rocking December beekeeping without my poof ball hat. I'm gonna go look at a couple of bee removals. I'm doing one bee removal from a hollowed out bird fountain, and I have another removal to do from a water meter box. So without further ado, let's go check those out. Okay, so as we see here, I don't believe they're an established nest yet. So I'll just go ahead and slowly take this cover off, tip them upside down, and see if I can't get them to march into this nuke box. It doesn't have any drawn wax foundation. It does have some wax coated plastic right cell foundation sheets. So we'll see how that goes.
5 minutes later.
And just like that, folks. There she is. So this colony does not have any comb drawn at all, which will make it easy for me because the removal process is simple. I will have to give these bees a frame of honey, or maybe feed them some sugar syrup if I have to. I don't mind feeding syrup or feeding or equalizing my hives is my preference. I'd rather steal from the rich and give to the poor. That's my Robin Hood method of feeding, but there she is. Looks like a fairly young queen. Bees look to be in good health. So again, the wings look good, their behavior is good, I'm not getting stung. Obviously it's a small colony. I don't see any visual mites. I don't believe it's an abscond, so it's probably just a late swarm. Again, I'm in Southwest Florida. This is zone 10B for those of you who are familiar with gardening. It's always hot down here. Low temperatures at night are in the mid 40s. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke the rest of these bees out and we'll call it a day. Okay, so you'll see I have the queen and she's running around in that queen clip. Plenty of attendees in there with her. So I'm going to go ahead and put this frame right in the middle. So now I'm just going to very simply tip these bees up and tap them on the top, and we'll close it up and call it a day. Alright folks, so hey, welcome back. This is Saturday. It must be, I don't know, 9:30 or 10 o'clock. And let's go ahead and check up on that nuke. I've moved them to my D yard. Okay, so this is my D yard. But we got lots of Brazilian pepper. You'll see all the saw palmetto. Look at all the saw palmetto. Once all these saw palmettos go into bloom, they put out those big long yellow tassels. they really make some delicious honey. This is the nuke that I just removed with the water beaters on the bottom. Now, you'll see I got a double medium size 5-frame for now. Essentially, I'm using the mason jar technique. This particular inner cover has a notch on the front that the bees could use for a second entrance. So for this application, I blocked that up. There's tape in there folded up and some leaves. So I just tried to block that up to make sure it doesn't cause any robbing, which it shouldn't. Some people add lemongrass oil or honeybee healthy to their syrup. I don't do that. Again, I try not to feed if I can help it. In this case, I sort of need to feed. So there is the quart jar. Now you'll notice the inner cover I'm using, it has a longer oval notch. So what I did is I cut a Pringles top, the top of a Pringles can, I cut it in half, and I just use that to kind of block the empty spaces so the bees can't come up in this cavity for whatever reason. But I also added foundations. Now all 5 frames have wax coated sheets of foundation in there, so I'll just keep that sugar syrup on them for now. They should acclimate and hopefully the queen will lay. Another thing, I added the queen excluder over the front. This is reduced and all taped off, again trying to seal up the cracks and openings. So this queen excluder is added. I let the queen out of the queen clip so she can start running around. You'll see the worker bees have no problem coming in and out. There's no drones in there. Again, that was just a very small cluster that we just got before it established. So another option, if I don't want to use these 2 boxes, I can use a flower pot, a ceramic flower pot that you would use as a planter. That will fit right over the quart jar. So I might come back here and take these boxes away and then use the flower pot over that. It does the same thing. It just seals the jar to prevent the other bees from getting to it. So ideally, I'd like to move some of these singles away for pollination, and then I'll make this a nice little nucleus mating yard or a nuke yard to raise bees. So to be continued.